welcome to my first video on the Dodgy SMP. So this will be a full-on series, full-on Minecraft series, and this has actually started before my channel started. My Minecraft channel started, but so this has been going quite a while. So for now, I'll just give you a tour. So this video is about giving you a tour of the server we're on right now, but obviously later on, when we start the new server, you'll see everything from scratch. But today in the video with me, Angry Scotsman.
Hello, mate.
So he has his own channel. I'll link it in the description, so go subscribe to that because he'll also be posting videos on the server as well. And we also have Fighter Fury. Yeah, alright. He didn't have a channel, but you'll see him quite a bit on the series, on quite a Angry Scotsman and my videos. And also, we're collaborating with Sunglass Dude, who you may know also does Minecraft videos, and I'll link his channel in the description as well. But let's get on with the world tour. So, here you'll see me in my hobbit hole. So, this is where I've moved now, and this is where I'm living towards until the end of the season, really. So, you know, it's got all the bedroom, the room, brewing room, kitchen. It's daytime, I don't know why I can hear spiders. Alright, and then here's my garden outside with a tree and a bit of art that I created when I was bored. Now, I'll try not to make the video too long so you don't get bored, but we might as well head over to the main chunk of where everyone lives on the server. Alright, and we are here. So, we'll start off the tour at, well, this building belongs to the Meister. And, yeah, so basically, this isn't just a building, but a business. Because on the server, we have businesses where we can trade with people. So this is a trading shop. So he uses this to trade with other people for different, valuables and such. So obviously, I won't show everything. Some of it's a bit personal, but you've got his office, you've got kitchen, and then there's places where he keeps his chests and all that. So, but another thing that belongs to him is, if you see that big house over there, that is his house. So, Angry Scotsman, is it true you built that for him?
Yep, I built that for him and he didn't pay for it.
Alright. So, do you want to explain, the process of building it while I show them around?
Alright, well, the process of building it, and yes, as some of you may know who subscribe to Big Tony MC, I copied the tutorial for that to build his house, because, well, I wanted a way to make some money, but I didn't make any because he didn't pay me.
Mm-hmm.
And the roof is made out of deep slate tiles, the walls, stone bricks, and the windows are dark stained glass. So, yeah.
Yep. Alright, so this I call it monstrosity mainly because it never was finished and is being slightly blown up. But this, as you might maybe be able to tell, was supposed to be a piglin face. And this piglin face belongs to what was going to be the Gory Piglin, which was a pub from the earliest seasons. I'll explain all the blown up stuff in a minute, but this was going to be the house for Wastelanders, which if you look back on my channel, you'll see the very first episode of Wastelanders that I posted there, which goes through the entire election, but this was the tower where most of it was going to be recorded. Alright, so I might as well explain all the blown up things. So basically, Mr. Angry Scotsman, he waged a war on the president of the server, but he waged war on the president and the government of the civilization, and yeah, this is what followed. So you might be able to see up there the remnants of a slime block plane that was used to, throw down TNT and such. But if we go past the destruction, this is Mr. Angry Scotsman's tower that he sold off to Fighter Fury. Is that correct?
Yep, that is completely correct. It took me a day to build, and I died 77 times.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, obviously it's very tall and you can very easily die to full damage off that. if you don't have the right gear. But Fight Fury, do you have any? Are you willing to share any plans that you have for it?
After it was civilization was bombed, I feel like its land's kind of decreased in value. So I'm probably just going to sell it off to someone and see if they can do anything.
Alright, let's glide over to that small little building over there with like the antenna on top. Is the new Wastelanders radio station, so instead of that, this is where we record all of it. So if we come inside, obviously there's the camera, and this is very kindly built by Mr. Angry Scotsman.
Yep, hello.
So this is the booth, and obviously has the copper microphone. It's where I sit with the guests and we go through the issues of the day. Let's move over to this building here. I admit, it does look pretty ugly, but it did have a, well, I say did have a purpose instead of has a purpose, because it's sort of been half blown up, and that's the courthouse. So all the people who've committed crimes on the service, like looting or blowing other people's houses up, they get tried here, or they were tried here. We've made one arrest so far, and everyone who saw the consequences of that has decided not to steal, thankfully. The prisoner will go, this is where the judge will go, and then obviously they decide. Now, Mr. Angry Scotsman, do you want to explain what the big wooden trench behind the courthouse is?
Alright, well, we were planning to prepare for World War style trench warfare against the present day. But he never came online to fight us, so in the end, we just threatened him. He still refused to surrender, so we blew up the civilization partly.
We're going to finish off the tour of the civilization. So this is where the majority of people's houses were before the blowing up bit. But this was made quite a while before the blowing up and quite far away. And this is what was my cottage. So while I show them around, Mr. Angry Scotsman, do you want to go through how it was built?
Right, well, that is the cottage that I built for my friend a little while ago. And it has recently been sold to my political party's deputy. And it is now not really in use for anything, to be honest. He's moved underground since I sold it to him, and nobody knows where he is.
And obviously, from the tour you'll see it doesn't have much interior, but before I did sell it, yes, it did have quite a bit of interior, and it looked quite homely. And then obviously there's the basement down here. Oh, cluttered up by sheep. I'm gonna call that one Jar. Oh, and it's been, okay, we'll just, pretend you didn't see the basement. So, and ignore the, floods of sheep. Alright, so, that's obviously a nice pond in the background. So now, yep, this is the little hut next to it. I think this is supposed to be Jub Legends' little fish shack, where he, cooked and sold fish. Anyway, I'll see you in the next bit, which is called the Mayflower. Okay, now we're at the Mayflower. So, first of all, to explain the Mayflower, we need to explain how we started everything. So, do you want to explain how we first founded the civilization?
So I logged on the server. We were the first to start the server, actually. Basically, we travelled for about 3,000 blocks, couldn't find any suitable land, couldn't find anywhere nice that we wanted. We came across this lovely little oak village next to a swamp and really close to a jungle biome as well, and a desert, really close to all these things. We thought, okay, this is perfect. So we set up camp, and we called it the civilization. And that's where all our hubs were, all our shops, and eventually everyone decided to move in, and we made it home.
That was the place that you just saw earlier before I travelled here. Us advancing the civilization. You sent me off to the Mayflower.
Yes, it'd be a really good idea to make outposts that spawn, so if anyone died, they would go there. There'd be a little care package for them, which is very clever. And we made this. How long were we making this for? That took quite a while, didn't it?
Yeah, it took quite a while, and especially we had to create a tunnel that joined up civilization and the Mayflower. So that itself also took a very long time. And we're at the start, so we only had like iron pickaxes.
Pickaxes, do you reckon?
Maybe. Well, I was starting with diamond, so I probably got about 2 or 3 enchanted ones. So that's a bit of history. I'll show you which bit I started, and then we'll go through how it expanded. Was caused by the wither, and I wasn't there, so I'll let Angry Scotsman. Do you want to give a witness account on it?
Well, I just died and lost all my stuff in the nether, and my friend Fighter Fury helped me get it back. But he didn't tell me that he'd taken some wither skulls with him, and he spawned the wither in what was supposed to be a safe enclosed box, but it got out.
As you can see.
Yeah, and in the end, it killed him, and he beat it to death with his bare hands. And it nearly killed me about 48 times. Protection 4 another armor. Yeah. This little shack area is all that remains of the flower outpost. This barrel room and this, what was a hallway and enchantment room.
Yeah, so this half bunker thing, it did have a thing on the surface, and this is what Jack was talking about earlier. So with where it spawned, which is like a safe haven for people to go. This was it, just this small little bunker, but it would provide something away from all the zombies and the creepers. But as you saw earlier, it expanded. So let's go up here, and we'll show you how it expanded. Big house. Oh, actually no, even before that. So along with Hilbert House, Winston Wolfe was actually in the barrel room at the time of the wither attacking. So he's a national hero, and this is him right here. He was my very first dog. I made a couple of others which I left in the cottage. Or they're probably dead, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah. Angry Scotsman, of course, you built something on top of them, and this is what you built on top of them. So do you want to explain it?
It was formerly half destroyed by the wither, so I completely rebuilt it. Yes, this is the Mayflower Manor. It used to be less run down on the outside, shall I say. There was no moss and there was no variation of stone bricks. But I repaired it after that, and I decided to make it look worn because it had been pretty much in a war. And I quite like the result.
Yep. And obviously, this is something very important and key to the history of this building. Sherlock investigating your homes.
Yeah.
So, is it true that someone stole from the building?
It is most likely true somebody robbed me because I was missing quite a lot of stuff in there. I had about 3 diamonds and 16 blocks of gold, and they were somewhere.
Yep.
And apparently, to Sherlock investigate your homes, he found melon remains on my table where the chicken had been placed.
Exactly. I think Sherlock investigating your homes is a great guy. This is Highlander or Angry Scotsman's house that he likes to settle in at Mayflower, but we can't linger there for too long because there's a lot more to see. Now, these 2 houses were never finished, but also projects in the making. And this was an XP, and if we go down here we have the nether portal. So this, quite big for a nether portal, but I mean, not the biggest you can get. But obviously with all the, the flowers and the nature and the decorations on it, it does look quite pretty. Now this, you may also see is in the style of like an early game build. This, however, is extremely crucial to the running of the server. It may not look like much, but this is where all the important things, like the election, October 16th, I'll be recording it and then posting it, same day as Minecraft Live, so those 2 things, they'll happen on a similar date. But it's where the president of the server gets decided, and the president has, next to the the owner of the realm, almost unlimited power. But obviously they get elected in, so they sort of deserve it. Obviously this is the podium where they'd stand. This is where the first election took place, and the president of the civilization as we know him now is in power. But here will be the next one decided, and they'll read the speeches, the votes will be cast, and we'll see who, gets in. This house was built by Fight Fury. So, Fight Fury, we're looking at your house in the Mayflower right now. Do you want to explain it?
The old one?
Yeah, the one that,
Oh, yeah, it's a nice house.
So, do you want to go through it?
It's not really that special.
Over here, we have a nice cherry blossom tree outside, and we have what was a honey farm, but I think it was just left abandoned, so they all probably despawned. But it's still a nice looking area. But that's all we have to say about the Mayflower. Now, obviously, I can't keep tabs on everything that's built, so there are probably about 100 secret bunkers that I don't know of. The things I've shown you today are the main places, well, apart from the hobbit hole at the start, but they're the main places, the main, interest points where everyone will go to decide something, or as you saw earlier, the podium where important things are decided. But that is the tour, the main world tour. Obviously, when more things built in the next server as well, you'll see all those as they come out. But I hope you liked that video. Again, like I said at the start, I'll link Angry Scotsman and Sunglass Dude's channels in the description. But I hope you liked that video, and bye.